hospitalizations. Then we've got the cases, and then you can see it's low there again. Then we've got the deaths, and that's low. All of a sudden, they want to mask us again. What is this about? Look at that. Look at how low that number is.
Judge, you know more about what this is about than me. You've been in politics for many years. This is fear to control. They don't message the idea of the low death rate because the highest risk groups are already largely vaccinated, like the elderly. It's always how many cases 80%. There are, not about the fact that almost everyone that's vaccinated gets either a mild case or no case. That positive messaging might actually get more people to take the vaccine. But it's always, you have misinformation, we have correct information. You know, this idea that you have a moral requirement, instead of talking about it in more personal terms, protect yourself, protect your family, you'll get a mild case at worst. At worst, all it is fear messaging, the politics to control the non-ending pandemic.
It will be non-ending because the more people come in through the southern border, and the last I saw was 161 countries, the more variants are going to come in. We're getting the vaccination. I mean, talk to your doctor, you get your doctor's input, and we're protected, but we're wearing a mask to protect other people. Does that make sense?
Well, we're actually using a mask. Yes, we're using a mask to protect the unvaccinated, and the border is one place where this is going on. As you said, people streaming in, bringing COVID. They're not taking the vaccine at the border, are they? And a lot of people at the border that are at risk of COVID are not vaccinated. And so, in a way, we're asking the vaccinated to wear a mask in order to protect the unvaccinated. When in reality, we're not. Right, to protect the unmasked unvaccinated. And that's not what America's about.
They took a risk. They decided to take a risk. It's like, ice skating on a pond when the ice is thin. But Randy Weingarten talked about the fact that she is bemoaning the fact that kids under the age of 12 can't take the vaccine, which to me, my antennas go up. Is that going to be her new argument for not opening schools? Should parents vaccinate kids with an experimental vaccine under the age of 12?
Listen, Judge, right now that's not even on the table because we don't have the vaccine approved for under 12. But I want to focus instead on your major point here, which is beware the teachers' unions. Beware any attempt to close schools. Beware fear-mongering as a method of closing schools. Beware teachers that love teaching remotely. Excuse me, apologies to teachers out there, but it's better for a teacher to teach remotely than for a poor 6-year-old that isn't even able to afford an iPad, let alone all the socialization issues, mental health issues climbing out of control, substance abuse climbing out of control. It isn't a question about whether the schools should be open or not. They have to be open. And study after study has shown decreased risk of spread in schools than if you take the same kid and put them out in the community or put them at home with their parents. That's when more spread occurs, not in schools.
It's a sad situation we're in, but Dr. Mark Siegel, thank goodness for you. Thanks for being on with us tonight. And next, we investigate the surge of deadly drugs flowing into the U.S. that are killing our kids and why the Democrats refuse to take the necessary steps to stop it.